Oh God. Welcome everybody to Down the Middle. Hakeem clearly has something to say, but I want to start out with it's our 100th episode.
Yeah, I know. I
One
can't believe it's been 100.
I, let's see, we've been through three co-hosts, a couple different companies, Cody being in two companies. We were around before both of CM Punk's returns. So
Oh, cool.
we predicted Actually, we predicted both of them. Although, to be fair, AEW was a little on the obvious side by the time it rolled around.
Yeah, yeah.
But because I can remember, like, that was the funny one where AEW broke 1 million viewers off of the rumor that CM Punk was going to be there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was back when AEW was good, though.
I like it still now. Like I honestly still like it. Especially like the pay-per-views.
I
They're
have,
so much better.
yeah, I have heard that they've been getting better, but then I saw John Moxley dump Darby Allin's face into a fish tank.
No, it's the screen. I was put this way, like it's like ECW, extreme wrestling, but on the light side. Sure, it's a little I don't know, it's not my thing, but it wasn't like the only match that was no there. It was okay. I just didn't care for it myself. I never like the extreme wrestling where like it seems like they're doing everything to hurt themselves. I never really liked that, no matter what. Whether it
Wow.
was ECW or these other like indie promotions, I never really liked that.
Well, it's just like it's little things that always just annoy me, and it's those kinds of things where I'll use this because Ben and I had this argument on this show. The Nick Gage Chris Jericho match. Like I had multiple problems with that match, but my biggest one was when Nick Gage what did he do? He did something where I think he laid a
Oh,
piece of glass on Jericho and then threw his body into
yeah.
said glass. And
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm just over here like, assuming this is a real fight, um, why wouldn't you just throw the guy into the glass? Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Like, I had a big enough problem with that amount of blood in a pizza cutter being on,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
prime
That's
time
the part I
television.
like.
And
Yeah.
I guess here's my biggest thing because like I understand there's people that like deathmatch wrestling and that's fine. Like it's not my cup of
Hmm.
tea, but there's people that love it. Um, I find the psychology problematic a lot of the time, but I have seen some what you would consider death matches that were really good. Namely, like one that I can think of was it was in ECW and it was a three-way dance between Sabu, Terry Funk, and who was the third? There was a third participant in there, but it
Was it
ended
like
up
Sandman or something?
maybe I can't remember. It was early though, because Terry Funk was
Okay.
champion at the time.
Oh,
And
okay. That
but
was early.
it was a three-way dance though, so it ended up being just Sabu and Terry Funk. And
Hmm.
Hakeem, they did the damnedest thing. They acted like they were trying to avoid the barbed wire.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah.
was weird. Like I was like, oh my God, it's like they're acknowledging that this is painful. Or at least it's supposed to be painful. It was very
Mhm.
painful. That was the match where by the end, Sabu and Terry Funk actually were like trapped in the barbed wire, like they
Oh,
could not
yeah.
get out
Oh,
without
okay, okay, okay.
assistance.
I've seen that clip so many times. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the match where Sabu tore his bicep and
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
yells to Fonzie
Yeah,
for tape.
yeah, I
And he
remember.
tapes his bicep up in the middle of the match. And it just I remember the opening of that match was so good because they're actually trying to avoid the barbed wire. And it's like there's psychology here. And it was a good match. It was a great match. And when the first person hit that barbed wire, you were like, oh, because
Yeah.
they made it, but they made it matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like Kenny Omega carrying a broomstick wrapped in barbed wire. Like, dodge it. Like, you don't
Just
have to
smile your
let him.
way.
You don't have to let him hit you with the broom. Like
I
at that point
remember
in
it
the
was
match.
like Vince, he's hitting Kurt Angle, and he was like, "I'm Joey, I'm gonna hit you, so you better move."
Right. Right. But yeah, so it's the psychology of it all. And
Mhm.
then like I I respect Matt Cardona for what he did in trying like in rebranding himself, like in a way embracing his WWE past, but I understand why he did it. But then to like he lost to Shotzi in a death match.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, I understand that.
well,
That's like an
actually, that's
ongoing thing,
well, and
you
not only
know.
that, that's fair because Karrion Cross interfered in that match. So
Uh-huh.
take that. He lost to another girl though, or I should say, Killer Cross interfered in that match.
Oh yeah, right. He's no longer carrying.
He's no longer carrying that bag.
Yeah. Now they have what is this guy? Oh, Aleister Black as a replacement.
Oh yeah, as their occult spooky guy.
Mhm. Kind of just a start, like because Aleister and his wife, little wife,
Are
Selena.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
now together.
Yeah. They're now on TV that they're together or married.
Explain that one. Explain that one on air. Because when I first learned they were married, I was like, really? Like,
Mhm.
it's cool and all, but like that's not a and like on TV at the time they were opposed to one another. But
Oh
then I
yeah,
was like,
yeah, like her and Andre or Andrea or whatever his name is.
Andrade,
Andrade. Yeah, like
who's back in
they
AEW now.
yeah, they were really good. Like together, like manager, they was like really, really good. Like
Yeah,
I don't know.
they were exceptional.
Yeah.
But now
I
after
thought
then
they
I'm
was
like,
together, to be honest.
I know, right? That wouldn't have surprised me at all. But then
Mhm.
and then after I found that, I'm like, well, I know why he lost the match at Takeover now.
Oh, yeah,
Selena's
yeah.
covertly working for her husband, which I mean, I miss NXT Aleister Black. Not that I hated Malachi Black in AEW, but how do I've said this before, I'll say it again. There's a lot, not all of them, but there are a lot of performers, even outside of wrestling, who, if they don't have somebody controlling or at least reining them in, they suffer due to their worst impulses. And I think Alistair took
Mhm.
that gimmick. I shouldn't say Alistair. At the time, Malachi. His real name is Tom, but the Malachi Black gimmick,
Yeah.
took it just a little too far without giving enough explanation as to what's going on.
Yeah, I understand. Like it was like too much of a cult, but like so fast, so dark. And like everybody kept joining him for like some odd reason without acknowledging why they joined him.
And then they
Yeah.
keep the House of Black gimmick alive after he leaves.
Oh yeah, yeah, but they're well, he's not no more. It's I
Yeah,
think
I know,
Julia's
but
doing her own thing and Brody's doing his thing. But
right,
it was
but
odd to have
they
it.
kept it going
Yeah,
for a while,
they did
and the fact
for
that
weeks.
I think that Julia Hart used to play a cheerleader character,
Yeah, look at her
and
now.
then she went to that, which I guess Sky Blue's in her stable now, which I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
she's I think I saw online that all the male fans are disappointed now because she's involved with Josh Fletcher.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
I don't know if it's true. I saw it on social media, so it's
Yeah.
got to be true. But yeah, I don't know. I was seeing something else on I saw something else on social media about Willow Nightingale, and I don't remember who she was supposedly in a match with, but I was just like, really her?
Uh-huh.
This could be a conspiracy. I'm not saying this is true. I
Hmm.
don't know enough about her, but I kind of don't think Willow Nightingale is actually all that popular. I think AEW is saying that she is, and then people are just starting to believe it.
Well, I don't think she's popular. I think oh, she's like their Bailey in a way, like the inspiration.
Yeah,
Like fight on fight, but she's
but I
not as
mean
no. She don't put butts in seats.
that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, because like
No.
when she first came into that company, They were like they like really pushed her, and I'm just like, who is she?
Yeah, yeah, I never knew her outside of AEW, so I know like she was like some big indie stuff that I don't at least I don't think she was, but
Not that I'm aware. And to be fair, I'm
yeah.
not like I'm not somebody that's on wrestling message boards. I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
familiar
yeah. I
with it.
know. Like I think she was used to working Stardom for a bit. I think Stardom and maybe some other companies. So maybe over there she was pretty popular. But for
Maybe.
me, I never did care for her gimmick.
I've never understood one because this is not to say that everyone who's ever worked in Stardom that made it big in the States didn't deserve it, but like
Hmm.
it's always been very strange to me because I've seen some Stardom matches with people I had never heard of and
Yeah,
do not have a presence over here that are
yeah,
exceptional.
absolutely. I agree.
Like
100%.
they're awesome, and yet they never broke in. Maybe they didn't want to. Maybe they just
Hmm.
didn't want to leave Japan. Maybe, but like I always found it very odd that like Riho, for example, who I also don't believe is actually popular.
I think she's more popular in Japan. Like she
Well,
has a
sure,
big following over there, but over here, no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah.
no. I couldn't believe that.
I just oh god. They were setting up. I don't think they're doing it now, but at one point it looked like they were setting up Riho versus Mercedes, and I'm just
They
like,
fought before,
yeah, I know,
but
but I'm just looking at that. I'm like, they're gonna have Riho win all 11 belts. They're gonna do it.
yeah, bro.
If Kenny has his druthers, but at least that's more believable than her beating Nyla Rose, which
Yes,
Riho has
that's
also
true.
done on television,
Yeah, that is true.
technically on pay-per-view. But I'm still complaining about
Yeah,
that all these years later.
still a bit Riho. Like, there was another girl that I say is better and even more popular than Riho. She did like the pageant type stuff. Like, she was one of those girls, and she got kicked out of them, and then she trolled Jim Cornette for a bit. Forgot her name. She was called the prettiest girl in the world or something. That was her gimmick.
Hmm.
I
This isn't
forgot.
an AEW?
It was. She's there sometimes, but she's not there all the time.
Hmm. I don't
She,
know off the top of my head.
yeah, yeah, she was pretty cool, and because she did like Stardom a lot, and then she was like in like a big like old girl band, and she got kicked out of the band, and then she
Was
became a
she
wrestler.
she's Japanese?
She's Japanese, yeah, yeah,
Is it maybe Maki Ito?
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah, her, yeah,
Oh, see, okay. So I love Maki Ito
I do too.
for all the wrong reasons, but I love Maki Ito. I just love the fact that her her finish is just like a dead fish headbutt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I shouldn't like it, but I gotta admit I'm entertained. And then actually Brian Last on the Jim Cornette Experience points to this as his favorite AEW moment. Is what was it? It was the one they were having that giant like women's battle royale,
Uh-huh.
and or maybe it wasn't a battle royale. I think it was an 8-on-8 tag match. But back at that time, I don't know if she still does this, but back at that time, Maki Ito sang her theme song as she,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. It was like a big production.
yeah, but apparently at this match she just didn't stop singing. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
match has
She did.
devolved into absolute chaos, and Maki is still on the ramp, just doing her shtick,
Yeah, yeah,
singing
yeah,
her
yeah. It's
song.
yeah. That was
It's
so
like this,
good.
as Brian Last said at the time, he's like, this was so great for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, they make me laugh? Sure. Like, do I want to see it all the time? No, but it
Yeah,
was entertaining.
for sure. And now I'm about to say something that's going to get me canceled. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just no, you know what? I'm not going to go down that road because there's things I don't know. It's not that because I'll tell you what I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up how Ruby Soho is still on paid full paid maternity leave, which is great, but I just don't know how much I understand that from a business decision from Tony Khan's perspective. But at the same time, I mean, because who was in WWE that
Oh,
oh
that girl. Uh, she was in TNA for a bit. Maria. It's my her.
Yeah, so somebody she didn't get released. What happened? Somebody got pregnant in and this has been fairly recently. And she
Oh,
was
oh,
still.
Naomi.
I don't think that it was maybe it was
No?
Naomi. Maybe somebody got pregnant, and
Hmm.
basically, like, she wasn't not getting paid, but she was getting paid like substantially less while she was on maternity leave.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, that's why I don't want to. There's information that I don't have, so I don't want to make a judgment on that and be ignorant. I guess, well, but we know Tony Khan has daddy's money, so.
To be honest, I was more shocked that Ruby Soho is pregnant or had a guy. Honestly,
Well,
I,
a lot can
I literally
happen.
said how.
Well, you see, Hakeem, when a man loves a woman.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. How?
Oh no, I I never thought I honestly never thought she swung that way. She's from Indiana, bro.
I thought she did. One reason because like she was like, oh, I'm not girly, and she was like I want to wear pants, and it was heavily pushing it on like total divas that she was. She was
Was
like,
she
oh,
on
my
Total Divas?
girlfriends. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was.
Maybe.
She was towards the last season. It was like her and I forgot that this other girl who got released. But it was her and like two other girls. She was like her girlfriend or something like that.
Oh,
And
maybe. I mean, hey,
I don't know. So
maybe
yeah,
she wanted a baby. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
All I do
Uh,
know is that I miss Ruby Riott in WWE. Like, I thought that was something that they, like, clearly the fans were into it, like, because they were
mhm.
red hot, and like that launched Liv Morgan into the stratosphere at the time. Well, I shouldn't say
Wow, she
that.
looks so different.
Yeah, that didn't, but that started
Wow.
her ascent. Because yeah, remember the Riot Squad when Liv Morgan was a
They're,
lower mid Carter?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, no, it was great, and it was great
Mhm.
because it took three girls that on the surface would have nothing in common
Yeah.
and put them in a stable together, and they were a cohesive unit that wrecked people, and you know, it worked and the fans loved it. I think it was because they were so different. Like, you would not. Those were three girls because it was Liv Morgan, Ruby Riot at the time, and then oh god, she came back as Valkyrie. What was her ring name before that?
Oh, it was Sarah. Sarah. Wasn't it Sarah Logan?
Sarah Logan. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like, Sarah Logan's got like the Viking thing going on, not quite to the
Yeah.
same degree, but she more like a Wolf Feral kind of thing going on. And
Yeah,
Liv
she's
Morgan,
married to one of those Viking
yeah,
raiders.
she's married to Eric,
Eric. Okay. Yeah, Doris.
the smaller one.
Mhm.
And then you had Liv Morgan that was like, I mean, for lack of a better word, like a Barbie blonde. And then Ruby Riot, which is a better name than Ruby Soho. I said it.
It is.
And plus, how cool is that name, the Riot Squad?
Yeah, and the funny thing or the ironic thing, it never felt like it was her group. It was like they all felt like they were equally. No, like
I
she didn't
always
feel like
I
the
always got
head.
the sense that she was the head, but yeah, I never
Hmm.
thought that she wasn't giving orders, but she was
Yeah,
clearly,
exactly.
how
Yeah.
do I say, like, not leader. But you know how like a friend group
Yeah, yeah,
generally
yeah. She
has
was
like
more
the leader.
dominant, I would say, but she wasn't like, oh, you go here and like they were her henchwomen or something like
She
that, you know.
she wasn't the head of the table.
Exactly. Or the vision.
They sat at a circular table. No, it was good stuff though. I remember being really excited when Ruby Soho showed up in AEW, and then just like literally the next week, I was like, oh, this okay, so this is how it's gonna be, huh?
Yeah, I liked it, her. It just I didn't
I still like her. I just wish she was presented on television differently
yeah.
because it's not good. And then I also remember, I think it was a Double or Nothing where Rancid performed her music live.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she
And I
came out
watched,
to it live.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I watched that and I was like, wow, Rancid sucks.
That's it. It wasn't my type of music. It was okay, but
No, but I
I
mean,
don't
like
know.
even compared to the recorded version, I was like, oh, so Rancid's one of those bands. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some much better with enhancements versus live.
Yeah, the recording was significantly better.
Yeah.
And there are bands that are not like that, but Rancid is not one of them. It's like it's not really my cup of tea for music either. But like,
Mhm.
oh, that was I and give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was the audio guy's fault, but it sounded awful.
No, no. You can always even like bad audio, you can still have something that's kind of good or something you can kind of jam to. But
Yeah, that's
that
true.
that that was just like noise.
Yeah. Hey, remember when the Dark Order was actually a thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh,
I'm actually really mad at, and I can't blame AEW totally for this, but man, when the Dark Order was first there, like I know people make fun of it now, but like when it was first a thing,
mhm.
like I'm not gonna say it was cool, but it was interesting.
Oh, it was intriguing. Like
It
all
was
those guys
very
come out and make
intriguing.
like a chair for them to sit on. I
Yeah,
never seen
but
it before.
until one of them screwed up in the ring,
Oh
in
yeah,
the
with
middle
the
of the ring.
punches, yeah, I know, but still, that was a little bit out the
Like his head's here, like his head
like,
is right here, and he's just like,
yeah, yeah. Honestly, it went down when after Brody Lee died. Like that's when it
yeah,
just went downhill. Like they didn't have him, so there was no leader. It fell apart.
it's well,
It's
and
the
plus it
same as
became
the Wyatt family. Bray died.
100% same thing.
The
Yep.
Wyatts are garbage. They're a bunch of jobbers. Hate to say it, but they are.
Except there's a chance that the Dark Order can come back because how old's Brody Lee Jr. now? He's got to be what, 15, 16 by now?
Close to there.
Yeah. He's got to be around there because I think he was
Maybe like
uh,
14. No, I think it's like around 14, probably. Like
maybe
14, 15. Yeah.
yeah, because he was young when his father passed away, which that was I gotta say this
Yeah.
much too though. Like I know I take the piss out of AEW a lot lately, but I gotta say the way they handled that when Brody
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
died, that was class act,
Because
and I think that was
I
most
never knew
likable.
how inspirational he was to like other people, all the wrestlers be in the locker room. He was
I
a
know,
locker room
right?
leader.
Yeah, he
Never knew that.
absolutely was. But that's beside the point. I mean, they really and like I'll be honest, the moment where Cody and what did he gave him a belt, I thought. Did he
Oh,
give
yeah,
him
he
the
did. He did.
TNT
He did. He did.
championship? Yeah, in
He
the
did.
center of the ring with his
He gave
boots.
him
And
his dad's I forget TNA or
was
whatever
it the T? It
champion.
was the
Yeah.
TNT title that he had
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
time.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, he gave it to him.
So I'm not sorry to say this, and I think this would be tremendous, and nobody gets hurt. That's the best thing. Like, because it's a tribute to Brody Lee, it's not insulting at all, and it can
Mhm.
springboard his son's career. You need to have, if Brody, assuming Brody Lee Jr. wants to, which from everything I've seen, I think he would. When
Yeah.
he's old enough and he's trained, you gotta have, he's just gotta show up in AEW with that belt.
That would be really cool. He's
That'd
13
be
now. So
awesome. I mean, you got 5 years to go.
training.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's
Uh,
training now. I've seen videos of him
uh
locking up at the performance center, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's I think there was one where he was locking up with Liv Morgan, as a matter of fact. I mean,
Oh,
there's
that's
more than
cool.
one.
That's cool.
There's more than one, but yeah, he's locked up with a few people. I think I saw
Uh-huh.
one where he was working with Preston Vance too, maybe. I can't remember.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think that's something he'd be interested, assuming he wants to do it when he's 18, 19, or 20.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. That'd be really
Hey,
cool. He comes back and brings back the Dark Order.
no, but he's got to come
Yeah.
back. Yeah, you bring back the Dark Order, man. That would be so awesome. That's gonna be tricky though, because for that to happen, he's already a baby face. So, man, they got to do it right. But if they do that right and
I wouldn't put
introduce him
him
as
as
a
a
heel,
babyface, to be honest. I would actually put him as a heel.
that's
Like
what I'm saying.
really
I'm saying
like
it's
a
gonna be,
really bad heel.
yeah, it's gonna be really hard to do that, but it's not impossible. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoever he comes back and jumps has to be like unbelievably popular, and he's got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
or like
some,
a really good squeaky clean type
yeah,
of like good guy.
he's
A
got to do
real
some,
hero.
he's got to do some gnarly stuff
Yeah.
to him. But it can be done, and he could start the whole thing like Oh, dude, he could be going to war with AEW, except this, he'd be a babyface though. He'd go to war with AEW, and this might be a little insulting, but it's wrestling, and worse things have been done.
Uh,
But he could be like, like I'm going to war with Tony Khan and his company because you killed my father.
oh wow.
I mean, that's heavy, and I mean,
Honestly,
but
I
here,
would do that. If he goes to WWE, I would say, oh, I blame CM Punk or something like that because he pushed him too much in his last match. You know, because I did the last match was with him, with Punk. It
well,
was like
I don't
I
think
think it was
so.
like was it? It
No, it
was
was
either Punk
Cody.
or Cody.
It
Oh,
was
Cody,
Cody.
yeah, yeah, my bad. Yeah, it was Cody. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
had like the last match.
But I mean, here's the thing, just to kind of, I wouldn't want to be disrespectful, but at the same time, and I think there's a lot of performers that would agree with me on this, and just not just in wrestling, but I think in wrestling too, is
Mhm.
sometimes, don't want to say make the best, sometimes you make the best of a tragedy by incorporating it into the business that everyone involved loved. And what I mean by that is like, I wouldn't consider that disrespectful to Brody Lee,
Mhm.
but I understand there's a line that has to be towed 100%.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Like, it's a way it could be done could be insensitive, or it could be like more acknowledging the past and also like putting in a little storyline to it to make it
Right.
a little more real.
Yeah, like it would be insulting if some random wrestler was just like you killed my friend, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
the fact that it's Brody Lee Jr., I think you can make that work. And I mean, frankly, one of the problems with wrestling today is I think they're too scared to really push the envelope the way they used to.
Well, yeah, yeah. I would say like today's wrestling is more manufactured.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a carbon copy. Like I look at NXT, they got a copy of like Randy Orton. They got about 100 Charlottes. Like, you know, they got so many of them, like Blake. I think Blake Lively, a few others. You know, they all copies, but
Yeah.
no one's like really standing out. There's no really like good storylines that
Well, see,
pushes them up.
I'm still pushing for Velveteen Dream to make a comeback, and I'd want his character to come back into the company and be like, "You all ruined
I
my
don't think he
life."
can. He can't. Like, even though he was proven innocent, people are still just gonna call him, like a kid toucher and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Well, assuming that he did though, like, but because here's the thing, and this, which I do believe he was innocent, because
oh, I did too. I honestly
that's
do.
what the
I
ruling was.
honestly, honestly do.
Like it goes without saying that if he were found guilty, this would not apply. But like,
Hmm.
man, you could do some great TV because he could come in and be like,
He's freaking amazing. Like, he's
well,
a great wrestler.
he's amazing, and he's a great actor.
Yes, yes.
He can lay it on, and it's going to be easy for him because there's some truth to this. Is he could come in and his mission could just be to hurt people. Like you can do some
Hmm.
great work because all he's got to do is come in and say like, "You ruined my career, and I'm coming for you." And here's the
Uh,
thing: I got
yep.
nothing to lose.
He works well with people you wouldn't think he could work with. Like Aleister Black. That was amazing with him.
That was
You would never see those two people
amazing.
think they would have that much chemistry, but they did.
Well, the thing is, I don't remember ever seeing him have a bad match.
No, not even with Shinsuke. Even though it was like a joke
Yeah.
match, it was like Prince versus Michael, but it was still
No, I just remember
still good.
the moment the moment I realized that Velveteen Dream was a genius was the match he had with Ricochet.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
I figured it out before then, but I was like,
yeah, yeah,
wow, this guy
yeah,
can go with Ricochet. And
yeah.
he's not trying to beat him at Ricochet's game, but man, he's so good.
Yeah,
He is
I saw him
so
with
good.
Ricochet, Leo Rush. He did like really
Leo
good with him.
Rush, yeah, Leo Rush, I still don't think gets enough credit for being as unique as he is.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
people just call him another high flyer, and it's like, no, man,
No,
like
no, no. He's way more than that.
he's way more than that. Um, like some of his offense is so unique. Like he does the I don't know what you properly call it, but like it's the kick where you go under to kick somebody out from under their feet.
Oh yeah, he does that so well.
He does that as part of like a series of moves, and it's like
Yeah, he's like a
this.
ninja.
Yeah, this.
Of real life. Like
Yeah, it's like
I
the
see
dude's
why he's in like
talented.
in a Power Ranger movie, like or he's supposed to have been in like a Power Ranger movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm honestly shocked that more wrestlers don't get hired to do stunt work because it's like,
Hmm.
oh, you need somebody to do a backflip onto their stomach, like
Yeah. He has a
okay,
lot of problems, it seems like, because I remember a friend of mine was interviewing him, and like he was talking about he was like father at age like oh 15, 16,
yeah,
something
I
like
do I
that.
remember
So
hearing something about him having kids when he was young, but I mean, hey, he made a good manager too. That's the thing. As a hype piece for Bobby Lashley, I was impressed.
yeah, yeah. At first, I was like, "What's going on? Like, this is weird." Like having him pose and all that stuff. But then it got better after
Yeah,
that.
was that the Pride or I can't remember.
No, that was before
I
Pride. That
was
was
gonna say that
pre-Pride.
that was before Pride Month. It was pre-Pride. Back when all the guys showered together, but they never looked around.
No way. Yeah. The
Avert your
soap
eyes.
drops, it drops.
Then you just hear a gong sound, and then Taker slowly rises from behind you. You dropped the soap. Oh God.
No
Uh,
man.
man, I just can't believe it. We've come such a long like when we started this show, I remember distinctly AEW was awesome and WWE sucked.
Wow,
And
look at it now.
I was gonna say we're coming full circle, but it's been a few years. But like, well, there's some constants. I still miss Lucha Underground. Um, Ring of Honor changed ownership in that time, though.
Yeah, it did. There was Sinclair for a long time, but
Yeah, when
they
we
really didn't
started,
do
it was
nothing with
Sinclair.
it.
No, and that's a shame because if anybody could have, like, it was
Yeah,
Sinclair, not St. Clair, Sinclair Broadcasting.
yeah, yeah. They have a whole lot of money too. Like
Well,
they
they're the
have like
second. Well, actually, I take that back. I can't remember. I think they're the second largest broadcasting company in the country, but they're the largest cable broadcasting company, if I'm not mistaken.
okay.
Because like they own the most affiliate stations in the
Uh-huh.
country. Yeah. Yeah, but they'd always have Ring of Honor on at like 3 a.m. on a random Tuesday, and it was just like, what are you
Yeah, it
doing?
was like they didn't care about it or they didn't see the vision of it or like it was like, oh, it's just wrestling. Just have it on anytime.
Like imagine what they could have done with it, man. Like
Yeah.
with with that amount of television stations, like
The first time I ever saw Ring of Honor, I saw Leo Rush. And that's when like I got hooked. I was like, wow, this is different. I saw his whole entire match, then skipped the ring thing, and I was like, wow, I'm hooked with this. And it was very good. But I couldn't see it again because I didn't know what time to come on. I
yeah, and you
saw it
could you could
once.
never find it. I think the
Yeah.
first time I actually saw, well, I'd seen Ring of Honor way back when they were just doing DVDs. Like I saw some of the older DVDs,
Oh,
but
okay.
I came across the television show actually because of and became a quasi regular viewer because of New Japan because they were doing the like Ring of Honor guys were at New Japan shows all the time. But then they
Uh-huh.
would do their Worlds Collide pay-per-views and they had that talent sharing agreement. It's like, man, those were the good old days. Like, if you wanted just solid banger after banger of pay-per-views, go back to like 2014 to 2018 New Japan. Ugh,
Yeah.
there wasn't a bad show. They were all phenomenal. Everything
I
about
me-
them, even
I was
the
watching it,
ones.
but it was so long. I just couldn't like keep up with that. That was like 4 hours, 5 hours pay-per-views. It's like it seemed like
Yeah,
so long.
that's true. I give Tony Khan a lot of shit for his pay-per-views, but at least New Japan's matches made sense most of the time. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
there was a great meme. It's that meme where it's got the car going on the highway and then it's got the exit ramp and it's swerving to go to the exit ramp.
Yeah, yeah,
My favorite one was it said New Japan Pro Wrestling and like the straightaway was like one-on-one, like one-on-one standard
Uh-huh.
match, and then the exit ramp said like like 10-man tag team match and the car's swerving.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Japan does like their tag matches, but I like New Japan tag matches because they tag, except when the Bullet Club's involved. But then guess what? That makes Bullet Club different, and that's why it works.
Yeah, it does. I'm not really sure the Bullet Club is still around. Like, I think they are, but I'm not sure they're
It's
still
not
as
like it.
popular.
They ain't as good as they once were.
Yeah, I don't know. They still sell T-shirts. I
Because
have
they're
like my old
awesome.
book. I have like only one or two, I think. I have a Kenny one and somebody else, I think.
Yeah, that really fizzled out before it should have,
It
unfortunately,
did. I guess because
because of
it
AEW.
came in so like hot. Like everybody was having a Bullet Club shirt. Like it really was like for the first, I don't know, 4 months or so. That's all you could see.
Oh, longer than that even. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
their first T-shirt actually sucked. It
Oh, it
wasn't.
did?
Yeah, it wasn't till ironically it wasn't till the Young Bucks came in and brought their merchandising minds and they read because that
Hmm.
was the Bucks made that design, said so in their
Oh,
book.
okay, okay.
Yeah, and then that's when it just and then they realized, oh, we can do this for everyone. And like, say what you will about the because like back then I was a huge Young Bucks fan, and I
Hmm.
still want to be. It's just really hard.
It
But
was funny the last thing it did. Like, I'm not sure it's the last Wrestle Dream.
I did not.
It was funny. I forgot who won, but they won the money like from this contest, and they was like, "Okay, we'll give you some money for it, like to get home." Because like the Young Bucks, they lost all their money. Well, storyline wise, they're supposed to be like broke now, and they're trying to like get back.
But
Oh,
see,
it's okay.
that's a thing though, because like that's a storyline that just doesn't make sense on its face because they own part of the company. How could
I
they
know, but
possibly be broke?
it's kayfabe. Like it's like it's like when oh yeah, they do own part of it, but it's still it's just wrestling. Sometimes you gotta like suspend belief.
I'm just saying, like, make it easier for me to suspend my disbelief. But Hakeem, I'm going to tell you something that you won't believe. Did you
Oh,
know?
what is it?
What is it, Jake? Did you know that there is a way that you can eliminate your outdoor mosquito problem in a way that's 100% organic and only one single upfront cost?
Oh, sounds good.
It's called the Big Bat Box, my friend, and they are sponsoring tonight's podcast. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a box that you put outside your house or high up on a tree, and it encourages bats to live in there. And what do bats like to eat more than anything in the world?
Casinos.
Mosquitoes. Yep.
Yep.
And did you know that the average bat, like if you're talking like your standard small brown bats, did you
Hmm.
know that your average bat will eat like, I think, twice its body weight in mosquitoes every night?
Yeah, they're
So
excellent hunters.
yes, and they will wreck those mosquitoes. And the other
Mm.
thing too, eventually the mosquitoes get privy to where the bats are and they start avoiding that area. I don't know if that's
Uh-huh.
factually true, but I'm going to go with it. So if you want to lay the smackdown on your mosquito problem, visit our friends at Big Bat Box by clicking the link in the description. And let's say you're not a big fan of bats, they also have big owl boxes and big bee boxes. So if you want to help your pollinators or your silent but deadly birds of prey, that is an option too. So thank
Yeah, they
you.
have some good designs too. I like
Yeah,
the little
that's the other.
houses. They're
Yeah,
really cute.
that's the other thing is because other bat boxes exist, but honestly, they're boring. These are actually look really cool, and they don't break the bank either. So
Yeah, no, no. They put effort to it. So I like it.
yeah, they want you to.
They got like a
I,
barn house. That's pretty
I
cool.
like the barn house one. I gotta say, I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like the barn house. That's pretty legit. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, definitely check them out. But I am happy that AEW is on Max now, though, because that makes it significantly easier for me to watch. Because who has cable?
Yeah, well, I haven't had cable. Well, I've never had cable myself personally. Never bought cable.
Right, you had it growing up. I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
have
yeah.
technically my parents have cable and I steal it, but technically they have direct TV, but I will say direct TV at least understands what the future holds because Um, they didn't sponsor us, but I'll just tell you, like, from what I understand, if you do direct TV stream, it's just like having cable, but it's through the internet, and that means you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
access it anywhere with an internet connection. And they give
Hmm.
all their customers limitless DVR, which is pretty dope, but everything's
Yeah.
also pretty much on demand anyway. That's how I watch like my TNA wrestling, for example, because I have to that way.
Yeah, like for me, it's like I don't know. Like once I had the internet, I didn't care about TV, and even though I was doing like marketing and stuff, I just got sick of like ads and stuff. So
Hey, fair
I've been
enough.
unplugged.
I thought it was really interesting though, because when I finally cut the cord, God, when did I do that? I did it ages ago.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I got rid of like actually I had satellite last.
Oh, how was that experience? I heard like it's a little iffy. Like depends on where you're at.
I didn't so much have a problem with, and like the reason I had to get satellite was so stupid. I was
Hmm.
just out, like I'm talking less than a block outside of the city limits from where I lived
Oh,
at the
I
time.
know. I completely understand.
It was
That's like
so
over here
stupid.
too. Same.
It was so stupid.
It's the
I didn't
stupidest thing I ever heard.
I didn't really have too much of an issue with my TV. It was my internet that really sucked.
Uh-huh.
And the company, actually, it's funny because I still every now and again get a call from a bill collector
Uh-huh.
saying that I owe them money. But here's the thing: I did pay
Uh-huh.
my last bill begrudgingly because I made the case. I said your service sucked. Realistically,
Yeah.
you should pay me money, but like I'll pay the final bill. But part of that was I was supposed to return their dish to them. However, they will not let you install your own dish. They have to have one of their contractors come out and do it. So when I
And
got
they'll
up on,
charge you for that?
it's part of the installation, but they give you free
Yeah.
installation, but you have to return the equipment. So I gave them back their router. I gave them back everything except the dish because
Yeah. Yeah.
when I got onto my roof to take the dish off, Hakeem, I
Uh-huh.
had an industrial strength impact drill with a
Uh-huh.
socket bit on it, and I could not get the bolts to move. I don't know what this guy did.
Hmm.
I could not get it to move. I don't know how he did it. I don't know if he welded it to something. I don't know. But I called them before I had to give the equipment back and I said, "Hey, I just got on my roof and tried to take this off. It's not budging. You are more than welcome to send somebody out to come take it off, but I cannot remove it."
Yeah, of course.
And they said, "Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll do that." Well, then I sold the house and I said, I even called them again. And I was like, hey, you might want to send somebody out here to take this off, or you're going to have to deal with a new owner because I sold it and we close in
Mhm.
30 days. They never did anything. And then a few months later, I get a call from a bill collector and I'm like, who? For what? And they said it's for Viasat
Oh.
internet. And I started laughing on the phone. I'm like, are you kidding me? I said, how much? Because I paid the last bill. How much? And then he told me, and I'm just like, is it for an equipment fee by chance? And he said, yes, that's what it is. And I said, well, here's what you can tell him verbatim. So write this down. I called. I'm paraphrasing now, but
Yeah, yeah,
there were some obscenities involved. And I said,
I bet.
I called you guys three times and told you to come get your dish, and you didn't do it. So you can wipe your ass with the bill and go get your dish and call it even. Balls in your court. Stop calling me.
Yeah, yeah.
So every now and again I get one and I tell them the same thing. I'm like, "Hey, I haven't owned that house in like 5 years, guys.
They still try to collect.
Like you're barking up the wrong tree, my friend." And the funny thing is though, because the last time somebody got kind of snooty and they were like, what I'm not going to do the accent, but
Yeah, yeah.
he's like, well, we can escalate this and sue you. And I was just like, great. You do that. Go ahead and spend the thousands of dollars. And at that point, I would rather put my money in a pile and watch it burn before I give it to you. So best of luck on that one. And I'll just explain to the judge that I repeatedly told you that I couldn't remove the dish. And because you required a contractor to come out and install it, that falls to you to take it off if I can't remove it. And you never came
Yeah,
and got it.
absolutely.
It's not even property I own now. So
Uh-huh.
I said, yeah, have fun with that. If I get a summons, then I'll see you in court. Until then, fuck off. I've never gotten a summons to appear in court. So fuck you,
Yeah, of course not.
Viasat.
It's just a bluff just to like like scare you into like paying the money right then, you
Oh,
know.
I know, but what they don't understand is now it's about the principle of the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
And like I say, I would rather lose than capitulate. Like I'd rather lose in court and be told you have to pay these people $1,200, in which case I'd be like, well, I tried to fight the good fight, Your Honor,
Mhm.
rather than pay, which I'm sure by now it's with all their fees and BS, it's probably over $1,200, but it was only like $200. It was less than that. I think I
But
rounded up
still,
to 200. Yeah,
no, it's just the principle of it.
yeah,
Like,
it was a
why
principle
would
of it.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't owe you this money. Come get your
Uh-huh.
dish. Except now you're going to have to talk to the guy that owns the house now and ask him very politely if you can get up on top of his roof because I don't own it anymore. But hey,
I wonder does it still work? The guys getting like free cable.
oh no, because I gave him back the rest of the equipment,
Oh,
and it
okay.
was the worst internet I've ever had by far.
Mhm.
It was terrible. It was so awful. Viasat, you suck. Like
That's why I hear a lot of people say they hate it.
How Jim Cornette is with Spectrum, I am with Viasat. You
Yeah,
suck.
yeah.
But yeah, man, 100 episodes. Who'd have thought? Actually, I thought, but I don't know.
Pretty
It's been
cool.
tough. It's been tough because said unfortunately my first co-host here passed away, and then Brian. I actually don't know what's going on with Brian exactly, but he's always welcome. But he did at
Yeah.
the time. He did step in and stepped up and filled that void. So
Yeah, yeah,
dedicated
because when I
dedicated.
started watching, it was because of Kim and you, no, talking about I forgot what match. It probably was like if like CM Punk is coming back or something like that, or
That would have been that. Yeah, that would have been around the same time. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Hakeem,
yeah,
who is now the co-host of the show, started out just watching it,
yeah,
and
yeah, that's true.
thankfully he agreed to come on and be a co-host permanently.
Yeah, yeah, because like it was, I think it was like a short or something when I first saw it. I don't know how like I wasn't even searching for like wrestling stuff. Just happened to come across it.
Yeah, God, some of our shorts do exceptionally well, and then it's always the
Hmm.
ones that I don't think are going to do anything. Like,
Yeah.
I did a short of when we were talking about how, or I was talking about how the NWO theme was overrated, and
Okay. Mhm.
bro, people hate me. I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just like, have you watched it?
There
Because
was like,
I
especially
didn't
like
think
it
it
was
was
when it
cool
first
at the
started, it was
time.
great, but like when it imploded to like all those different fashions and the
Well,
wolf pack and all that stuff.
I'm only talking about the entrance.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just the entrance. It always gave me vibes of like guys that used to be in a motorcycle gang but haven't been in like 30 years.
Yeah, yeah, like has been. Let's try it.
It gives me major Wild Hogs energy.
Yeah. I could totally see that. Especially Hogan.
Yeah, that was. I guess you know what. I'm not gonna. Hall and Nash kind of pulled it off, but yeah, Hogan always gave it that grandpa energy.
Yeah, yeah. It was like he was overselling or overacting in a way.
Well, it is Hulk Hogan,
Yeah, yeah.
which he also passed.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was hard. Like hearing that, he did look like pretty sickly to be honest.
I mean,
He didn't look
he
so
was
good.
up there. He was up there. Yeah, I think you could kind of tell something was up with him. I forget actually what they said caused. I mean, obviously he wasn't exactly young, but I don't remember exactly what they said. But
I think
yeah,
it
I'm not
was
I'm not
heart.
gonna get a. Yeah, it was something with his heart. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
I think it was like
remember.
AFib or something.
Something like that. Yeah, which that was sad because I mean,
Yeah.
regardless of how you feel about Hulk Hogan, I mean, wrestling wouldn't be what it is today without him. So
I
obviously,
totally agree. I totally
yeah.
like he has to be like on like a wrestling Mount Rushmore type of thing. And he has to be one of the
Yeah,
guys up
I
there.
think that I think that goes without. So, okay, let's do that. So, assuming four, and we're
Hmm.
talking all time,
Yeah.
who would you say is your
Or Hulk
not your
Hogan.
not your preference? I mean, like as far as like wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say Hulk Hogan. The next one would probably one that people may not say or like, but Vince.
Vince McMahon, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, man, I'm probably gonna have to say The Rock, even though I don't like him. But I'm
Oh
probably gonna have to say The
man,
Rock.
it's hard to pick only just four, right?
And the last one would probably be Taker.
Ooh, yeah. I gotta
That's just
say,
for like, I would say that's just for like the influence of wrestling. That would be
yeah.
my like top four favorite, no, up there. But
I'd probably have to say, and it's gonna make some people mad because I'm pretty sure they're all WWE guys, or at least eventually became WWE guys. If you're talking about growing the business, I think
mhm.
you gotta say Hulk Hogan,
Yeah,
you gotta say Stone Cold. Although
yeah, yeah.
Stone Cold and The Rock would be interchangeable
Exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah.
because
One and
they
the
were
same.
around the same. Cena's up there.
I was gonna say the same. I was gonna say
Cena's
Cena
up
or
there.
Rock right there, but yeah.
And believe it or not, and this is going to shock some people because it's the only one on my Mount Rushmore. We're talking about influencing the business, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, yeah. I would say
If
this so.
if ECW, whether you love it or hate it, if ECW had not been a thing, wrestling would be different. It would be very different today. Potentially. I mean, maybe this stuff would have come around, but like looking at the
Uh-huh.
landscape at the time, I don't think it would have. I think WCW was going to push it to a more realistic presentation, but in
Hmm.
terms of like the violence of it,
Yeah,
like ECW just elevated. And you can make the argument that ECW started doing the more realistic presentation before WCW. I don't know that I can't really say for sure
uh-huh.
whether or not WCW stole that element. I think they were kind of heading there anyway, but
Oh yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Well, it looks that way.
Yeah, but I mean it's hard to pick four because then of course you've got, like the innovators of lucha libre which also influenced what
Hmm.
wrestling has become today. You've got Antonio Inoki, Super Dragon. Those guys
Uh-huh.
definitely influenced. Japanese wrestling didn't really start influencing American wrestling until much closer to now, but it did, and they changed. A lot of American wrestlers picked up stuff from Japan and then brought it back, and it was a
That's
slower
true.
burn. But
That
yeah,
that's really true.
yeah. And I mean, let's for those of you who think Hulk Hogan can't wrestle, go watch his matches in New Japan. Brock Lesnar, for that matter.
Yeah, yeah. I
He
was
just
looking at him. Yeah.
because Brock's another guy. But I think Brock's splash was a little too brief. I think Cena overall
Mhm.
was the more modern person that really carried wrestling for 15 or so years.
I would say so because like I remember as a kid how the much influence Hulk had. Like he had like Taylor Swift type of like fans or Michael Jackson or whoever, Justin Bieber. Like he was there.
Well,
Like he had a nation of
yeah,
fans.
it's worth noting that when Hogan turned heel,
Hmm.
nobody considered that he was the third man. Everyone
Oh yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
assumed he
yeah.
was coming out to help Macho Man.
Exactly.
And when he turned, like I still watch that and I'm just like, oh,
Hmm.
see that was cool.
Hmm.
That was something that people legitimately didn't see coming.
And I think that's what I miss with wrestling because I saw wrestling back then when it was good, like not now, where it's like manufactured. You got hills versus hills, faces versus faces, like three
Yeah, but
man,
that's
10 man. It makes no sense.
I mean, well, I think the biggest
It's
thing
no
is
surprise.
well, I think the biggest thing is the lack of heels versus faces, and there's a caveat to that because there are a lot of Japanese matches that you could say were face versus face, and they were still good. But Jap- in New Japan, at least, their
Yeah.
presentation is more sports based. So it's kind of like I'll use this as an example. Like I'm a college football fan, and there are some games where it feels like babyface versus babyface, and then there are some that feel like babyface versus like for example, I'm an Alabama fan. Although
Okay.
recently because IU has been doing real good, go Hoosiers. I think they're number two. No, they're number three. They're number two or number three because like
Uh-huh.
you got to understand, IU has historically not had a football program. Like they've not been contenders. So for them to be in the top four is amazing. But so Alabama has some rival teams, right? And I guess the best way I can describe it, because their last game was against Tennessee, that's
Hmm.
like, I mean, that's babyface versus heel, depending on which side you're on. But like, I'll put it to you this way. I went the only Alabama, no, that's not true. The first Alabama football game I ever went to, it was versus Tennessee, but it was in Alabama. So we drove through Tennessee, and I was not accustomed to how intense the rivalries are down south
Yeah.
because I was wearing
Yeah.
an
I've
Alabama.
seen.
Yeah, I was wearing an Alabama shirt, and I was actually asked, "You sure you want to wear that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not, bro?"
Uh,
I got a door slammed in my face. I
oh
got
wow.
I got called names from across parking lots. I'm pretty sure somebody spit at me, but it wasn't
Oh,
accurate enough. It wasn't accurate. I can't say for certain, but
yeah.
it seemed
That's like
it seemed to
Seinfeld. If
be.
you watch Seinfeld, but
Yeah, I've seen it. But I mean, it's when you have defined baby faces and defined heels, like it just gives it a different energy. And ironically, when I'm watching a match that's purely like on the emotional level, it doesn't matter what moves they do. It's just
Mhm.
good because you're locked into everything. Like a face lock can be traumatic. Like a
Oh yeah, yeah,
limp
yeah,
and
yeah. Well,
like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the magic, rather, that's missing. Like, there's not no emotion to it or investment in it. Like, it just mashes.
yeah,
Where before it was like something was on the line. I don't mean like a belt, but I mean like their stock, their pride, or anything like that was on the line. Like it was emotional in a way. But now it's just like, just go out there and fight for 10 minutes and do a roll up
yeah. Or
and go home.
there are a lot of moves now that are just. I mean, like don't get me wrong, they're impressive. Like I'm not taking anything away from the athleticism of the people doing them, but
Yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
they're obviously cooperative. Not like the Canadian, because if you do the Canadian Destroyer right, it doesn't look cooperative,
Mhm.
but it can
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
don't
like a
do it
good
right.
example is like the last Cena versus AJ match. That was garbage for me.
Really?
Just it was just move spots. It was just
Uh,
everybody calling spots, moves, and it was so comedy relief in a way. It made no sense either. Like you're gonna do all those moves and you're still going to like not no win. It made no sense. Like he hit him with a Samoa Joe's finisher, and I think
mm,
someone did someone else's finisher. Or it's okay, but it's the
well,
whole thing about not believing. Like this has to
right.
be not fake.
Right, because sometimes it seems
It's
and
like
I hate to say this, but
everybody's, kick out on
yeah,
finishers.
it's usually girls matches where the cooperation seems a little obvious, but the
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's true.
there is a way where you can always be a winner, and that's with WWE Supercard. Now, I'm not saying you're going to win every match, but you'll always be a winner because they do not skimp on the booster packs to get new cards. For those that don't know, WWE Supercard is a mobile game that is a surprisingly fun and engaging, like trading card battle game. They have a
Yeah,
lot of
huh?
different kinds of games, and I gotta say, I'm addicted to the collecting aspect of it. Like I freaked out. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the new EO Sky one, and I was just like, score. And then I realized like it's silly because it's a digital card. It's not real, but it's
But
real to me,
still,
damn
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the best part is you can play WWE Supercard for free. Download it by clicking the link in the description below, and it tells WWE that we sent you there. So play on, you know. log on, play, have some fun, and you might see us on there. And if you do, just know you don't stand a chance, young blood. Yeah. Actually, I need to upgrade. I can't figure out how to upgrade my manager because I'm not getting a lot of boosts in there. And I'm, like, don't get me wrong, I like you, sensational Sherry, but you're not giving me the stats I want. So we gotta we gotta
Yeah,
figure
there's
that
so
out.
many like I don't know, like there's so many videos on it. I was watching like tips of how like get different like pulls and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
addicting too.
it's surprisingly fun because when you
Yeah.
I will confess, when you first open it up, you're like, this is gonna get boring so fast, and yet it doesn't. Like it it's very good at keeping you engaged. And the best part is,
Yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
yes, you can buy cards, but you don't have to make purchases to have fun at this game. So don't worry about that. You can play the free version and have tons of fun. But what
Oh
I
yeah,
was
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was gonna say earlier is there's an episode of Dark Side of the Ring where Jim Cornette lays out what pro wrestling is perfectly. And I wish I could remember it, so I'm not going to try to quote it and butcher it. But he's basically saying, like, imagine that you're driving on the road, and on the side of the road, you see two guys fighting each other. Well, you're going to pull over because you're engaged. Now, imagine you know one of those guys, you know, then you're even more invested. Now, imagine you know both those guys, and you know one is your good friend, the other one's a son of a bitch. Well, now you're going to pay money to watch the good guy kick the shit out of the bad guy, and that's pro wrestling. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's essentially it. I'm trying to think of a good match where that illustrates, because, like, the match itself, it was not to say it was bad, but, like, it
Uh-huh.
wasn't like there weren't any spots that you would remember. But I mean, there was the Matt Hardy and Edge one, but the spot you remember is Matt Hardy off the cage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's an example of a storyline that really pushed the envelope. Because I love it when wrestling blurs the lines between real life and what's on television. I love it, and you can still do it.
To a certain
You
extent, you can still do it. It just takes more effort and talent. I
Well,
think that's what's lacking.
you just have to think about what you're doing, right? You
Yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's very much possible. Well, like, for example, CM Punk is actually really good at it because CM Punk uses social media intelligently. Like, I'm still not 100% sure if he and Seth Rollins legitimately dislike each other or not. I don't know. I don't know if it's a work or not.
Mhm.
And that's what makes it interesting, because they're either very good actors, or maybe, like, they're going to be professional, but there might be a slipped elbow here and there.
Yeah, like yeah, it seems like they may not like each other somewhat, or just maybe some jealousy or envy between the
Well,
two, or
yeah, but
I
then
don't
you
think they're like
consider
best buds.
no, but then you consider like Randy Orton and Cena, who are really chummy, but man, their rivalry back in the day, you'd have thought that they'd have slashed each other's tires, like, or at least,
Yes and no.
or
Like I always thought they was rivals in the ring, but I never felt hatred. Like
yeah, that's
between
true with
Steph
him and Orton.
and CM Punk, is almost like a hatred there. But Randy and Cena, I really don't feel like this hatred. It's just more like competition.
Yeah, and then there's a YouTube channel called Super Eye Patch Wolf. He does these incredible, like, so well done. They're not really documentaries per se, but they really dive deep into, like, wrestling storytelling, and he uses examples. Like, he's got a great video about Cody Rhodes, and it intertwines Roman Reigns, and I love watching them because they're long, but it shows you how good storylines intertwine, and, like, they're never clear cut. There's always other elements, because he has to go into the Usos and Jay specifically. Like, he's got to
Uh-huh.
go into Dusty and his history with Vince, and then all these things start to make sense. Like, and he even goes into Cody and Seth Rollins and how Seth came out in the polka dots that one time. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah,
he
I
has to
remember.
touch on yeah, he has to touch on Roman, and that's why wrestling's so awesome, because there's history, and you're rewarded for the history you get, or the history that you know. But he has another one that kind of focuses, or at least one of the angles it focuses on is like the saga with Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Now, here's the thing:
Uh,
I don't know how much of that is true and how much of that is manufactured for the wrestling ring. That's the best part. It doesn't matter because what I see is enough. What I see between them as a friendship, or even it could be a
uh,
relationship, I don't know. That's kind of the point. They purposefully kept it a little ambiguous because you're not 100% sure. Like that might be something they're just doing for attention, or
uh,
there might be something there to it. And that's where I don't think New Japan gets enough credit for storytelling because it's real subtle. Like I was very proud of myself in this moment. There's a moment like this is when AJ Styles is NJPW IWGP champion, and
uh,
he it's his match against Kota Ibushi for the title. And there's a moment where Kota's on the top rope, and Kenny Omega has just recently joined the Bullet Club, so he's still kind of an underling here. There's a
yeah, I saw the
moment,
beginning part. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's a moment where Kenny jumps up onto the apron, presumably to, you know, sabotage Ibushi, who's on the top rope. But there's this moment where they just stare at each other, and I just barely knew because the English commentary did a fantastic job of letting me know that they used to be tag team partners. And so
Uh-huh.
there was a moment where they just lock eyes, and Coda's kind of waiting on Kenny to do something, and Kenny just can't quite bring himself to do it. There's no words exchanged. There's no words exchanged between the two, just an expression. Then Kenny backs off, but not really not fast enough, and Coda just kind of shakes his head, and
Uh-huh.
somebody else is able to sabotage it though because Kenny kept him there long enough. So at the end of the match, after Coda loses, everybody's attaboying Kenny for distracting him, but Kenny's just got this look on his face that's just like, man, I don't know if this is worth it, you know. But
Yeah, yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I love stuff like that. That's
but then
psychology.
years, yeah, but then years later, Kenny's head of the Bullet Club. He's IWGP champion, and when they reunite, it's like, and there's always little subtle hints that build to the story. And that's why I say New Japan's actually really good at storytelling. You just have to watch.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
do,
yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah.
don't do recaps like WWE does to bring you up to speed in the
Mhm.
drama, which is why it really works. Like when Evil betrays Naito, it was like, oh my God, because I'd been watching.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's like,
Because,
and
like,
that's the thing. It gives you the payoff, like as a
yeah,
fan, like like you feel like you was a part of this journey,
that's a good
and
example right there,
you
though.
know,
I was trying to think of one because Evil was the last person,
uh-huh.
even in that group. Like, what was his name? The Sonata. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
I
Uh-huh.
wouldn't have put it past Sonata. But Evil
Yeah, yeah,
had
yeah.
been there. Like Evil had been there from the beginning, and for him to be the one that betrayed Naito, like that stung.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. That's the feeling I miss for like
That's
today's
what I miss,
wrestling.
man. That's what I miss.
It's
That's
not there.
exactly it.
It's not there. It's like because you
It's
invest into like the character. Okay, we all know it's wrestling, we know it's stage, we know it's entertainment, but if you still see the same matches over and over again, you see the same outcomes that you could see a mile away that's going to happen, there's no belief there. It's just like it's for like kids now. It's not for me.
there's rare cases like I still go back to the CM Punk MJF program they did in AEW. That was
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that was what the realest thing CM Punk has done since he came back to wrestling. Anything he's been in WWE is just I don't know. It's just not good. It's okay. It's decent, but it's not that passion. That's not the same pipe
yeah,
bomb
it did yeah,
CM Punk.
exactly. It's missing the pipe bomb. And I
It's a deflated
here
CM Punk.
well
He's corporate Punk.
here's the thing. Well, I think Punk is smart enough to understand that right now it's not his time to be that guy because it would overshadow the people that they want to be in the spotlight right now, which you could make the argument, well, then that person shouldn't be in the spotlight, maybe. But,
Well, yeah,
you know,
and all the thing is like, I understand that part. It's just that they're not really building new stars. Like every time they have a new star, they waste them. Like and Punk isn't getting like younger. They keep
well,
like So like, you
Well,
know,
that's why I was so excited, and I'm still mad at AEW because I'll be real, and yeah, you're
mhm.
right, Uzi. He's a company man now. Thanks for joining us for our 100th episode. Um, I'm still mad at AEW though because they could have done so much great stuff with Punk, so much more with people he'd never been in the ring with. Because when he came back, it was kind of like a nostalgia tour, which I mean,
Yeah, yeah, once.
who doesn't like nostalgia? But I mean, like we never got Punk Darby, we never got we never got CMFTR versus the Elite.
Mhm.
Like we got
But I
Punk
still wonder,
Joe.
is it like him? Like, is it just he has like a really bad chip on his shoulder where, again, I don't know the guy, so I don't know what's behind the scenes, what was said. Does he actually get along with people, or is he like a troublemaker or
From
want
what
things
I
done a certain way?
from
I don't
what
know,
I
like he's really
see,
passionate with it, but
yeah.
uh,
From what I see, he doesn't so much have a chip on his shoulder now, which
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure
Uh-huh.
that comes with age. But I think the thing that really irked him in AEW, and I do not blame him for this, is like just the gall of the some younger talents, because I shouldn't
Mhm.
lump them all together, because there were some people that were very much happy to have, like AEW is such a high school company from the look of things that like who is mad that CM Punk is here and putting eyes on our product and putting butts in seats? Like who's mad about that? But there were people. There were
Oh yeah,
absolutely people.
yeah. Yeah, I
And
would say there's always going to be someone like jealous, like, oh, why it's taking my spot? I'm younger, I'm the new guy or whatnot.
when you should be like, well, let me work with Punk.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, Punk's gonna elevate me hardcore. It's like, who wouldn't want to work with Cena? Well, some people might not want to work with Cena.
Yeah.
If you're at
Uh,
the appropriate level. Well, because we say
yeah,
that, but like look what that did for Kevin Owens. But he was at the
yeah.
level. He was at the
Hmm.
level where he could stand across from Cena. And then there was the time that Roman couldn't, and he suffered for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
It's
couldn't
called
do
the
a promo.
promo. It's called the
Yeah.
promo. Big. If you want to be the big dog, you're gonna have to learn how to do it. I watched that live, dude, and it was funny because that was a time where I was in and out, and I just so happened to watch that live, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm into wrestling again. This is good. And then when Cena called out The Rock for having his promo written on his hand, see,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
here's the thing, like Cena's getting a little too nice too, because he actually said he regretted that. I was just like, bro, no, like, sorry, not sorry. Like
Well, yeah, this is what it is. It's like the whole Hill Cena turn, it could have been done so much better.
that could have been, and that could have turned the Cena Punk dynamic on its head. And then you could have had the match and Punk lose and not lose face because they really screwed that up. And I don't know who screwed it up.
Oh,
I,
it's probably head of creative.
well, no,
Triple H.
I gotta think that maybe Cena screwed it up because he didn't want to
I don't know,
go
because
too deep
Cena
into it.
said he said it's all Triple H. He's in charge. He's the one who's done it. That's what
Well,
Cena said.
that might have been why it felt like he wasn't really into it. Because especially there
And
at the
yeah,
end, it really felt like he wasn't really into it. God, that could have been so amazing.
it could have. It wasn't nothing new. Like I know Cena from being like a heel first. So it
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
the
It's not
first
like he's
time he was heel. It was making it seem like it was the first time ever. Like, no, he started as
no,
a heel.
yeah, he absolutely started as a heel. Yeah, people
So it was
forget
like, it
that.
wasn't the first.
Well, but I
But
think
yeah.
the thing going back to CM Punk and AEW, I think the thing that I'm really mostly mad at is that man, we could have gotten it could have been like a full circle career moment. We could have gotten CM Punk back in Ring of Honor. That would have been so cool.
Yeah. I think he's there for a bit. I'm not sure. Oh, I mean, no, he came out to his Ring of Honor theme song and no
Yep.
one got it.
Oh no,
And it
I
was like, what is
absolutely
this?
got it. I will say I absolutely because again I watched all those old Ring of Honor DVDs. I
Uh-huh.
absolutely got it, and it's awesome. I feel like the audience in general didn't get it because people weren't like exploding.
Yeah, like I didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, dude, that was so cool. That was so cool. But I mean, somebody, there's always some asshole that ruins it.
It happens.
He could have worked with so many people. They could have done so many cool things, but Hangman had to go and screw it up.
Well, I would say I'd say it's a combination of a lot of
It
things.
was it
I
was a
I think he
combination,
didn't
but
really. Uh,
Hangman was the one that started the whole thing by going out and cutting a promo that wasn't talked about beforehand. And actually, you can watch this promo. It's the one where he says that he wants to protect AEW from people like him because
yeah,
CM
I
Punk's
remember.
coming over
Yeah,
and taking
yeah.
people's jobs. And
Yeah.
it's funny when you go back and watch it after hearing Punk talk about it because there's a split second where Punk is like, "What is going on?" But then he goes with it and makes it work. And I'll be honest, being Punk and being on live television, I would have been livid.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I,
mhm.
I would have been absolutely livid. And it's Tony's fault for doing all those stupid media scrums at 2 a.m.
Well,
It's your
now
fault, Tony.
WWE's copying the meme scrums
Yeah, but at
too. They're
least they're
doing them.
doing them in the afternoon
Yeah, yeah.
before,
There's no excitement. There's not.
not when everybody's tired and literally bleeding in Punk's case.
Oh yeah, yeah, he was bleeding, eating his like donuts,
His
pastries.
muffins,
Yeah, yeah, his muffins.
shouting out local Chicago bakeries.
Yeah.
Punk is a small business man after all. That reminds me, next time I go to Chicago, I need to stop by Pro Wrestling Tees again. I'm still a big fan of their boxes that you can get. Actually, we got to start doing more giveaways, and one of those will be a box. But we need your help. We want to get to. Tell you what we'll do. I'll announce it right now. When we get to 500 subscribers, we'll do a mystery box giveaway from Pro Wrestling Tees. Uh, we'll look at all of our followers, and we'll create a
That's
random
pretty
one. We'll
cool.
pick one at random and we'll do it live on air. I'll figure out somehow
I do
some way to
have
do it.
some of their shirts.
Oh, I know. I love their shirts, but I like to get the boxes because it's fun.
Uh-huh.
It's a fun mystery box. We'll do that, but I think we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for joining us for our 100th episode, and we'll see you on the next one. And I think I might have actually
Yep.
made a mistake because I think I don't have the very, very last episode of Weekly Wrestling Wrap Up. I have to look.
Uh,
Maybe. It was the very, very last one though. It's not wrestling related. That's when we just decided we were gonna change it into a sketch comedy show and then we quit. So it's very
that'd be
much
cool
out
to
of left
see.
field. Oh yeah, I want you guys to see it, but I don't
Uh,
think I have it. I can get it. I just have to dig through a bunch of stuff, so there might be a delay, but you'll find out next week. But until then, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, join us in another 2 weeks for another episode of Down the Middle. I don't know what we'll talk about yet. Oh, I remember because we were gonna
mhm.
tell the people we want to go over we want to revisit an old
Oh
pay per
yeah,
view.
new like pay-per-views like from old ones or
Yeah, so let us know in the comments. I think what were our options? I think we were gonna say WrestleMania 1, um,
yeah.
or the first Double or Nothing, and then let's think of a third one. I want to say Starcade '97.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments if you want us to do WrestleMania 1, Starcade '97, or the first Double or Nothing, and we'll both watch it and we'll go through it and see if it holds up.
Yeah, it'll be new for me because I never seen
Oh, have you
Starcade
not?
or no, never seen
Oh,
it or
okay. Okay.
WrestleMania.
Oh, that'll be fun then. Yeah, hopefully it'll be one of those, but we'll let the audience decide. So tune in next time and we'll do that thing that I just said.